Let me take a look. Good afternoon, everyone. Hope all is well. Just waiting for everybody to get in and we'll get rolling. All right. So, hope everybody's doing all right. Everybody's doing fine. Today is just a review day, and so we're going to attack some questions. Let me see. Somebody said something about chapter 6 content. Let's see, did I put a date on that? Maybe we'll talk about that today. Yep, if I remember correctly. So let's talk about that since somebody wants a date on chapter 6 stuff. Today, 22, February 22nd. Let's do this. So spring break is
the 6th.
Yep. So
we got 2 weeks. So we basically got 3 weeks.
Yeah, I'll give you spring break to get it done. As a matter of fact, y'all can't see that. Okay, cool. Hold on 1 second, checking. Okay, so we have a few people that missed a few pieces out of chapter 5. So I'm going to open that up as well. If you're done with chapter 5, then you're in a great place. You don't have to worry about it. But I'll open it up until after spring break. That Sunday coming into from spring break is when all of that will be due. Questions on that? Everybody good? Everybody understand? Everybody straight? Okay. Somebody say something in the chat. Yep, no problem. Not a problem. Okay, so now coming back from spring break, I know for a fact we have to get into chapter 7. I know chapter 11. Try to see what's left. We got 10. Oh, we don't have much left. So those, you notice our first 2 tests were not proctored. So our next 2 tests had to be proctored. And so we'll talk about how we're going to do it. And you're not going to have to come into class. We can still continue to Zoom and all the good stuff like that. So we'll talk about the details on that. Just giving you guys a heads up. That's how we're going to handle the next 2 tests. So chapter 7 and chapter 11. Chapter 10, probably won't do a test on chapter 10, but it'll probably be a part of your final exam. Once again, you have a review and all that stuff, so you'll know what's going to be on everything. But we'll have a test on chapter 7 and a test on chapter 11, which will be proctored. And like I said, we'll talk about the details on that when we get closer to it, but they won't occur until after spring break, of course. Okay, so let's get to these problems. I have 2, I think 3 already. I know 2, somebody emailed them to me, and then I have 1 that somebody in class wanted to talk about. So let's look at this one first. Out of 6.2, number 12. Each given. Oh, cosine. All right, so they wants to find the exact value of each, given that tan alpha is -5/12, with alpha being in quadrant 2, and then cosine beta is 5/8, given that beta lies in quadrant 1. And they want us to find sine of alpha plus beta, cosine of alpha plus beta, and then tangent, yep, of alpha plus beta. All right. Giving those a chance to write, for those who are writing it down. Quadrant 1, quadrant 2, 5, 8, -5, 12. Okay, so first we can establish what our missing pieces are. Remember, in these relationships, there's X, Y, and R that we will need. And depending on what relationship we have, that'll dictate what we already have. And then from there, we'll find out what we don't have. So let's look at the alpha first. I want to say sides. I'll just say people. Alpha first. So when it comes to tangent, they give us tangent alpha. And our tangent is y over x. But we have to figure out where this negative goes, because the negative, remember, r is always positive, but x or y could be negative depending on the quadrant you're in. So alpha is in quadrant 2. So if you're talking about being in quadrant 2, that means that, let me see, I want to write it. Your coordinates, x is negative and y is positive. In order to get in your quadrant 2, you have to go to the left and then up 1. So x is negative, y is positive. So that means that this is going to be a positive 5 over a negative x. All right, everybody okay with that before we go to find r? So tangent gives us x and y, and the missing piece is r. All right. So negative 12 squared is 144. 5 squared is 25. Add them together, you get 169. Take the square root of both sides. That'll be plus or minus 13. And r is always positive, so we would take the positive 13. All right. Any problems with r before we go to beta? All right, so let's look at beta. And beta is in quadrant 1. Coordinates in quadrant 1. It's positive, positive. So both x and y will be positive. We had cosine beta 5/8. I'll stay with my color coding. So cosine is x over r. X is 5, r is 8. Now we can go ahead and plug into our formula to find r. Oh. Mine move faster than my pen. 25, 64. And of course, if I'm writing something and you have a question, don't let me just blow past it. Hold on 1 second. XR, and I put y'all let me put that 8 in the wrong spot. I'm gonna blame y'all for that. That 8 That should be y squared. We're looking for y. Say what? No, don't try to correct me now that I found a mistake myself. So sorry about that. I put the 8 supposed to go where R is. I put it where Y was. So now we can go ahead and solve for R. I mean solve for Y. Subtracting 25. So I was thinking about something else. I just had, I'll give people a chance to write and stuff, but I was just thinking about something just there. Well, yes, thank you, man. That is 39. Take the square root of both sides. 30 plus or minus square root of 39. Now this is going to be positive. I guess I can stay purple. Positive because I say quadrant 1. Positive. So it's going to be square root of 39. All right, so alpha beta. Oh no. And then what we have -5, -12. And that was 2. So I got all my pieces, 5 -12. All right, so x is -12. We got 5 for y, 13. Then we have 5 for x, 8 for r, square root of 39. All right, any problem with what we have so far? It should be good. Got all 3 pieces for each angle. So now the first one we are looking for sine alpha plus beta. Sine beta, cosine alpha. All right, so sine alpha plus beta, sine alpha cosine beta plus cosine alpha sine beta. And we can plug in accordingly. So sine alpha. So don't forget, sine is y over r. Cosine is x over r. So that's how we're looking at that. So we pull that from the alpha. It's 5 over 13. Cosine will be 5 over 8. Cosine of alpha, -12 over 13. Sine beta, y, which is square root of 39 over 8. All right, make sure you're good. Make sure everybody has any questions. Make sure I didn't mess up anything. It's always a possibility as well. So that's 104 down bottom. 25 minus 12 square root of 39. And that should be as far as that one goes. Let's see. Yep. That's it for that. Questions on that one before we look at the next one? Okay. B is cosine alpha beta. And we are dealing with plus. Yep. Cosine alpha, cosine beta, minus sine alpha, sine beta. So cosine alpha is 12, negative 12 over 13. Cosine beta, 5 over 8, minus sine alpha, 5 over 13. Sine beta square root of 39 over 8. So don't forget there are these same values right here, just in different positions. So negative 60 minus 5 square root of 39 all over 4. That's all it is for that one. Any problems, any problems? And last one. Tan alpha plus beta. Now, you could go to the tan alpha plus beta formula, or you could just recognize that tan is sine over cosine. And we've already found sine alpha plus beta, and we've already found cosine alpha plus beta. So we just put that over that and then simplify. So that's what I would do. So sine 25. All right, doing simplification, the 104s will cancel. So whenever you divide them by a fraction, you multiply by the reciprocal. And when you do that reciprocal, those 104s will cancel. Now, you can try plugging in the answer right here, see if MATLAB will accept it. But oftentimes they do want you to rationalize the denominator. If you have a square root in your denominator, it'll let you know either it will accept it as an answer, or it will say rationalize your denominator. It'll give you a hint saying this can be simplified further, or rationalize your denominator. It might just tell you to rationalize it. So let's try to do that here. Now, whenever you want to rationalize your denominator, you're going to multiply both top and bottom by the conjugate of your denominator. So our denominator, negative 60 minus the square root of 39. So we're going to multiply top and bottom by negative 60 plus 5 square root of 39. And see how that works for us. All right. Hopefully I'm not moving up too fast, everybody. Okay with the copying? Everybody good? Okay. So looking at the numerator. All out. Yes, I'll bring up my calculator. Because the answer that they have in MATLAB is a rationalized denominator. So that's the main reason why I'm going ahead and making this happen. Because I saw it in MATLAB. And then that's 125. And here, it should be 720. Yep. 720. Yes. Thank you. And then we have minus 60, and that's going to be 39 squared 39 squared. All right, all the steps, just in case somebody want them. So it's 39 squared, and that's going to simplify to just 39. All right, so. Yeah. 45, yep, square root of 39. We have 60 times 39, 2340 minus 1500. That'll be 840 plus 845 square root of 39. So this is our new numerator. All right, this thing's gonna be able to reduce, I believe, when we get to the end. All right, let's look at this denominator. So we're looking at negative 16 minus 5 square root of 39. Negative 16 plus 5 square root of 39. All right, 60 is 3600. Yeah, might as well. So that's 25. Yeah, I did that wrong. That's 3600, so that's 300. I jumped ahead of myself. And then here's gonna be plus 300. Square root of 39. And then I got minus 25 times 39. Stop catching my errors. I was just playing because I need it. Right. You got to pull out all the excuses, right? Most definitely keep them coming if I do it. Hey, how you doing? So this is our new denominator. So, and if anybody is mad because this problem is so long, I didn't choose this problem. One of your classmates did. So it's not my fault. So we got this, and now if you look at all three of these terms, all of them are divisible by 5. So you should be able to reduce that. And so let's go ahead and make that happen. Dividing each one of them by 5. And oh, what's the first one? 168. And that should be it. We'll see what Math Lab has. Say 840. Okay, I must have missed a turn. Let's see. I got 840, 60, because everything is right except for this digit, but it has nothing to do with. But right here it gotta have something to do with up here. So let me see. 25 times 60, 1500. 25 was positive. 1500. 60 times 39. 2340. Maybe it's all. But no, those had to be right because those were right. 12. And this. Okay. Ah, there it goes. This was negative, and for some reason I turned it positive right there. So this should be a negative. Yeah, 2340 plus 1500. This should be a negative 3840. And so this would be a negative 3840. Then divide that by 5, should be 7 something. 768. So that should be the answer. So lesson here is watch your signs. Watch your signs. Mhm. Questions on that though, the process is the main thing. And then from there, of course, you have to pay attention to the details and your signs and everything. All right, questions before we do the second problem that was brought to my attention. Very similar in process. We're gonna be given, they ask us to find sine 2 theta, sine, and they give us, sine. And so we're gonna have to find our missing piece. Then we're gonna have to establish our sine and cosine and then use a formula. It's the same exact process. We're just using a different formula. Okay, so is everybody done copying before somebody says something? Oh, no, you're fine. I'm just messing up. I'm just messing. I know it's in math lab. You never know how long these things are going to be till you actually get in there. Yeah, man. All right, so let's get the next one. This time they give us sine. Sine theta is 5/6. And theta is in quadrant 2. And we want to find sine 2 theta, cosine 2 theta, and tangent of 2 theta. All right. So just like before, you want to find that missing piece. Remember, you only get 2 pieces with one of your trig relationships. And we know that this is y/r, means y is equal to 5, r is equal to 6. And talking about being in quadrant 2. So that means x is negative, right, like I did last time. Y is positive. Let's see. Okay, so let's go ahead and use our formula. I'm seeing 11 there. Oh, yeah, it was. Okay. All right. So, all right. So x is the square root, well, negative square root of 11. All right. Any problem with getting x before we go to our trig relationships? All right. So first one was sine 2 theta. That should be cosine theta sine. Let's see that. 2. I got 2. There was something that was leaving out. So that's 2 sine theta. We're talking about y/r. It's 5/6. Cosine x/r is negative 11/6. If you want to cancel out the 2 in one of these first, you could. It's up to you how you want to handle it. As long as it happens at some point. -5 square root 11 over 18. Any problem before we find cosine? Yeah, I might as well, it's okay. All right, so cosine 2 theta, one of the forms of cosine 2 theta is cosine squared theta minus sine squared theta. All right. So don't forget how your squares work. You can square, or when you do square, you're going to square the top and the bottom of each one of your fractions. So that's positive 11 over 36 minus 25 over 36. Negative 14 over 36. Negative 7 over 18. Any problems? And then the last one, once again, you could use the tan formula, but since this one set us up by telling us to find sine 2 theta and then find cosine 2 theta, we can just use our values that we have already established. So that's -5 square root 11 over 18, -7 over 18. So these 18s are going to cancel. Also, negative over negative will cancel. 5 square root 11 over 7. All right. Questions. Make sure you're all right. Everybody good? Everybody straight? As far as what we just finished doing, those 2 problems, everybody straight? So before I go anywhere else, just want to reemphasize that if you did not finish up chapter 5, we'll reopen them for you. Please take advantage of the time. If you have any questions about not questions about any requests, any special requests, make sure you shoot me that email individually, and I'll do whatever I can to help you out. Let's see. So now, let me check something before I say this. Let me look at something real quick. I kind of want to say it, but I don't. Okay, yeah, y'all can't see that. Looking at grades, so I can't go. Anybody see somebody's grades? Okay, there we go. Okay. I don't want to say it yet, but okay. But I know for a fact what I'll do is next class I won't do anything new as well, because I do see that some people are a little behind. So I'll give you guys a chance to get caught up. There's no real rush. It's not like I have to get content in before spring break or anything like that. So I know for a fact I'm not going to do new material next class. So if you have any questions, feel free to bring them on next class as well.
Are we done?
Huh? No, well, if you're done, all we're doing is answering questions. If you're done, then, feel free, to go ahead and check on out. We're not doing anything new today. All we're doing is answer questions. I know I do have one more question. And I don't know if anybody else have any other questions. They haven't told me yet. I'm just,
I think I understand. I'm gonna get some chewing later.
all right, sounds good.
Okay, bye.
All right, have a good one.
I see you on Thursday.
Sounds good.
Okay, bye.
All right, take care. All right, so next class will be the same type of format. So what I was saying about that is that if you don't have any questions and you don't really feel like sitting to see if anybody else have any questions, you feel like you're good, you're in a good place, you don't have to come on next class. So that's how we'll be handling next class. So I will be here at the appointed time to help out whoever needed. But if not, and you're good, you don't have to come on next class. It's not like anything new is going to occur, and I won't drop a bomb on anybody who didn't show up. It won't be that type of party. So just throwing that out there while I'm thinking about it. I know you had a question. Okay. Okay, so. Mhm. Mhm. So what I would do. Mhm. So what I would do is what I told the class to do was to use a graphing tool. And then if you had questions, then most definitely ask me. So I would do, I would go graphing calculator in Google if you don't already have one. But if you have one, then most definitely you can use that. Desmos is a good one to use. And it can graph whatever it is you put in there. Put in the graph. So if you want to find sine X, sine X, 2 sine X. So it just depends on what you want to graph. Yeah, so that's why I wasn't holding you guys responsible for anything other than that. You see what I'm saying? Yeah, so you can put anything in here, Yeah. All right. So yeah, so try it out. And if you have any more questions, yeah. But I'm not really, because at this point, you guys, mathematical lives, we assume you know how to graph. So it's not like a real emphasis on learn how to graph. So, but if there's some questions on it, then yeah. So try it out, let me know. Yeah. All right, so anything else, anybody else have anything for me today? Like I said before, if you can't think of anything today, next class will be the same type of format. I'll come here. You can ask your questions like your classmate actually shot me an email with those two problems before class. So I already knew where I was going coming into the class. So that's how we can do it. Questions, anybody in Zoom land? Say again? Okay. All right, sounds good. Anybody else in Zoom land? Everybody good? Everybody straight? All right, so you guys have a great day. Be safe. If you have some more questions, come next class. I'll be here. Outside of that, I will see you next week.
Thank you very much.
Thank you. Have a good one.
Have a great day.
Take care. Not a problem, Miss Lola. Not a problem. Not a problem. All right, y'all have a good one.